And we are ready to print, I believe. Let's just have a quick review of our sheets. There's our A100. We'll go to our plans and I'll just press middle mouse button and pan that down. Looks pretty good. Okay. When this sheet prints, it will, or we're going to find out, but it shouldn't print the outside here. This outside line really should be invisible. And let's even do a measurement while we're in here, because this is more or less like paper space. This is at 1:1. So let's go to our Modify tab, and let's just do a little measurement from the outside to the outside here, just so we kind of know. You see, that's 42 inches, 3'6", okay? And use your Shift key if you have to by 30. So 42 by 30. That's the overall kind of trim line of that sheet. Let's have a look at our elevation here. Not too bad. We just want to make sure that the views are consistent. Good. Again, the reference planes will not print. Sections sheet. Looks good. So we're ready to print. So what I usually do is go to the top one. Okay, and the other thing is orientation. You want to, if you have 11 by 17 sheets or something, they might be rotated around. You can actually rotate this sheet by just, doing a rotate inside of here if you want. And that would rotate that sheet, but we don't want to do that. So we'll leave that like that. And now what we usually do, the first thing I usually do before I go to print is I do a save, because when you go to printing, who knows what, something could go wrong. Let's at least save things right now. So we go up to our application pull down and we say print, and we can say print preview, okay, which is good, but we want to set up our print here. So we can just go straight into print, or let's go into print setup. So inside of here we can go in and we want to pick the printer. So what I'm going to do is it is set to be Microsoft XPS printer, and which is what I want, but I'm just looking, it's not giving me the option to give another name inside of here. I just want to show that you should have a different list. So I'm going to cancel out of that. I'm going to go back to here and say print. I actually don't use this setup that much. I probably should. I usually go straight into print. And then in here you actually get to pick which printer you have. So you might have different printing drivers. So this is really what I wanted to see. Now I am going to go with I don't have Acrobat on here, so I'll use the built-in Microsoft XPS, which is like a PDF type thing. It opens up in Windows Explorer, and you can or Internet Explorer. So Microsoft version of Acrobat. So now that we've picked the printer, okay, what we want to do is then go in here to the setup, which is the other window we were seeing. So inside of here, I start here, look, paper size, paper placement, zoom, all this stuff. So what we want to do is we want to go to, I believe it's an E size, right? So does it have an architectural, what do we want? E size sheet, okay? And that's your 42 by 30. So centered. Fit to page, no, I want it to zoom to 100%. I want it full size, okay? And when you switch this from here to here, it always does this, and you have to go back and say center this again. So center, zoom to 100%, E size. Okay, over to here, orientation, landscape, vector is good. Raster quality, I'm going to go with high. Colors, I'm going to say go grayscale if there happens to be color. Okay, it'll turn this logo into a grayscale over here. So that looks good, and I hit OK. So that's the setup, okay? And I can now do a preview, okay? You can only do a preview if you're doing one sheet. If I go in here and pick multiple sheets, I lose my preview option. So the idea is pick one sheet, usually the top one, but it doesn't matter, and then get it set up in here, and then do your preview. So you do your preview, and that looks good. The graphics aren't closing necessarily around here, and that's just the graphics of this particular sheet. So now what we do is we go back and hit the print button again. It bumps us back inside of here. I just want to go back in here and check my sheet size again. I'm wondering if it has an architectural E. No, I think that was it. Yep, so then that's fine. Hit OK, and then now that I've done my preview and it looks good, then I can go in here and say select multiple sheets. I can batch plot, picking in here. Right now it's showing me all views, every view and every sheet. I'm just going to say only show me sheets. Now it's showing me the sheets, and I can go in and pick all these sheets. And because they're all oriented the same way, they all will follow those same settings. So it's going to, I've picked all my sheets, hit OK. Do you want to save this to a list? Sure. I'm going to save it and I'll call it full set. So next time I don't have to pick these, I can just pick it off a list. Next time I can go in here, I can just pick this, say full set, and it's automatically going to set this up. Good. Okay. Also with this setup, I can say save as, and I can call this, XPS. Let's go in here. We can call this XPS E size. Right? Good. And I can hit OK on here. And then I want to pick where it's going. Now I do want to create one into a single file, or do I want to create separate files for this? Okay, I'm going to combine them into one. You can either split them or combine them. And then you can also go into here, okay, and say where the file is going by hitting browse. I'm just going to leave it in this general folder and hit OK. And off it goes now. It's going to go process those 5 prints. You can see down here on my status bar. All right, that print got created. Now I saved it here on this drive, and there's the file, Revit My First Project XPS. So we double click that file. It opens up in your web browser or whatever your default browser is, but you can open it up in any web browser. And inside of here, it says page 1 of 5. I'm going to say page width here, and now I can kind of scroll down. There's my first page. Not too bad. You'll notice it actually is picking up that trim line. Okay, I'm going to fix that. We're going to go back and redo this. There's my second sheet. Now inside of here I can zoom in a little bit closer if I want. Go in like this, slide around. Okay, these section lines that I have that I don't need, I should probably turn those off. So this one, until I put it on a sheet, I can turn it off. If I do decide to put it on a sheet, I'll leave it on. Look at, I've got a conflict here. I've got to take this guy and move it over. Okay, not too bad. What's going on over here? It's my foundation plan. Scrolling down with my middle mouse button again. Look at this. Not good. Okay, now I can also change my view to say 2 pages wide here, or I can say tile all the views. So there's my 5 sheets. And at any point I can click onto here, and then I can say page width and zoom in, and then from there I can, so this is just the using the browser itself. Okay, to view the sheets, we're going to create a pad which is going to excavate the earth inside of here. Okay, we're going to add detailing in here. We're going to add detailing across here for our joists. Maybe put in some symbol lines in here for the web of that truss. We're not going to draw all the trusses. Okay, we're also going to go in and add a little bit of detailing in here. We can add in our rim joists and our other joists and whatever detailing. You can block stuff out. You can import AutoCAD details and put them right on top of here if you want. It's up to you. So we can add some detail and fascia board, soffit, all that stuff. You can do it in 3D, or you can actually just do it here in 2D. There's 2 different, schools of thought. Some people say they model absolutely everything in 3D, and there's others. I'm more in this camp where you do most of the modeling and then you do a lot of your finishing here in 2D. Okay, it's up to you. So back to full page. So that is the that is the sheet set that we've created. And at this point, I can take that XPS file and I can go up and I can print it inside of here, or I can save, or I can email that file to whoever I want.